Vetalas, enigmatic spirits of Indian folklore. In the rich tapestry of Indian mythology, the figure of the Vetala stands out with a particularly eerie allure. These spirits, encapsulating a blend of the macabre, the profound, and the enigmatic, have fascinated storytellers and audiences alike for centuries. Ancient texts dating back over millennium serve as a testament to the Vetala's enduring presence in the collective imagination of Indian culture. Typically, the Vetala is portrayed as a malevolent entity that inhabits and animates corpses, preferably those that have been desecrated or dismembered, giving them an even more ghastly and unnatural appearance. These spirits are said to dwell in charnel grounds, places teeming with bones of the dead and suffused with an atmosphere of dread. The nocturnal ambience of these places, amplified by the eerie sounds of the night, creates a fitting backdrop for the tales of the Vetala. What sets Vetalas apart from other spirits is their supernatural abilities. They are shapeshifters who can alter their form and size at will, making them elusive and unpredictable. Their dominion over the dead allows them to animate corpses, a power that they use to communicate or to frighten the living. Vetalas are also masters of illusion, capable of creating complex visual and sensory deceptions to confound or terrify humans. Perhaps most intriguing is the reputed knowledge of the past, present, and future, which they often reveal through cryptic riddles and questions. Despite their fearsome reputation, Vetalas are not solely malevolent figures. They are often depicted as guardians of hidden treasures and esoteric knowledge, challenging those brave or foolhardy enough to seek out these secrets to solve their puzzles or answer their riddles. This duality of nature, both protective and malevolent, adds a fascinating depth to their character, making them more than mere monsters in the traditional sense. Within the broader cultural context, Vetalas carry profound symbolic weight. They represent the impermanence of life and the enigmatic nature of death, serving as reminders of the mysteries that lie beyond the ken of human understanding. The Vetala's association with both death and the transcendence of the physical realm positions it as a potent symbol of the cycle of existence, encompassing birth, death, and rebirth. The Vetala has maintained a vibrant presence in contemporary Indian culture, influencing literature, art, and popular media. Their stories have been adapted into novels, television series, and films, attesting to the characters' versatility and enduring appeal. Among the most celebrated tales is that of Vikram and the Vetala, a narrative that has captivated audiences for generations. This story centers on King Vikramaditya, a ruler renowned for his bravery, wisdom, and commitment to justice. The tale unfolds with a sorcerer presenting the king with a daunting challenge to retrieve a Vetala from a haunted forest. Not only must the king traverse the perilous forest and capture the wily spirit, but he must then agree to transport the Vetala back to his kingdom without uttering a word. Vikram accepts the challenge and sets off on his adventure. In the dense heart of the haunted forest, under the cloak of a moonless night, King Vikram's quest reached its eerie zenith. The air was thick with a palpable sense of dread, and the only light provided by the flickering torch in the king's steadfast grip. Ancient trees, their gnarled branches twisted into grotesque silhouettes, stood as silent witnesses to the unfolding drama. The king, renowned for his valor and unwavering spirit, moved with determined steps, guided by the whispered legends of the Vetala. Suddenly a chill wind whispered through the forest, carrying with it the faint, discordant melody of unseen spirits. Vikram paused, his keen senses alert to the shift in the night's chorus. Ahead, in a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow, stood an immense ancient banyan tree. Its roots plunged deep into the earth, and its vast network of branches reached out into the darkness like the arms of a slumbering giant. It was here, amidst the interplay of shadow and light, that Vikram first beheld the Vetala. Suspended from the highest branch in a spectacle that defied the natural order was a corpse. Its pallid, lifeless form swayed gently in the breeze, an eerie pendulum marking the passage of time in the realm of the dead. The corpse's eyes, dark and bottomless, seemed to stare directly into the soul of the beholder, a silent challenge issued to the heart of the king. The Vetala, in its macabre throne, was a figure of profound contradiction. It exuded an aura of malevolence, yet there was an unmistakable allure, a hint of the profound mysteries and knowledge it possessed. The air around it shimmered with the power of ancient magic, the very essence of the supernatural that had drawn Vikram into the heart of darkness. King Vikram, though taken aback by the ghastly visage before him, stood resolute. His heart, though pounding in his chest, was steadied by the righteousness of his quest and the strength of his will. The silence that followed was a canvas for the unspoken duel of wills, a moment suspended between the earthly and the ethereal. Then, breaking the silence, the Vetala spoke, its voice a chilling blend of the ethereal and the corporeal, carried with it the weight of centuries resonating through the still air and into the core of Vikram's being. The spirit begins to taunt him, saying that he will never be able to bring the hunk of rotting flesh the entire distance. But Vikram is undeterred and straps the putrefied package to his back. Along the journey, the Vetala begins to tell stories. Each anecdote paints a picture of a moral quandary facing the characters. The Vetala concludes each story by asking Vikram what the right thing to do in the situation would be. Despite knowing that speaking a word will cause the Vetala to disappear and reappear back on the tree, Vikram feels compelled to answer. His own sense of morality is so strong, he is unable to hold back and gives a thoughtful and righteous answer to each challenge, thus resetting his quest and deepening the narrative's complexity. 24 times the Vetala manages to get Vikram to speak and restart his journey, but on the 25th, when Vikram begins to bring the Vetala back, it tells him that the entire ordeal has been a test. The Vetala can tell by Vikram's need to speak morality that he is a good and righteous king. The Vetala then gives Vikram his last story. It is the tale of a sorcerer who seeks immortality through dark magic and forbidden rituals. The narrative thread, exploring themes of ambition, power, and the consequences of malevolent actions, culminates in the intervention of a divine figure who thwarts the sorcerer's plans, thereby weaving together themes of divine justice and the triumph of good over evil. When the story is done, the Vetala makes Vikram understand that it is about the very sorcerer who had sent him on the journey. Vikram then realizes that if he were to bring the Vetala to the sorcerer, he would use its dark power to kill Vikram and take over the kingdom. Armed with the knowledge of the true nature of the sorcerer's dark ambitions to seize control of the kingdom through treachery and dark magic, King Vikram formulated a cunning plan to not only save his kingdom, but to rid it of the sorcerer's looming threat once and for all. Upon his return, the king maintained a facade of ignorance, pretending to have been ensnared by the sorcerer's deceit. The sorcerer, blinded by his arrogance, failed to see the storm of retribution brewing in Vikram's eyes. King Vikram, with the wisdom of the Vetala's teachings and the courage of his own heart, gathered around him a select group of his most trusted advisors and warriors. Under the cloak of darkness, they prepared for a confrontation that would determine the fate of their beloved realm. The king led his loyal followers to the sorcerer's lair, a place shrouded in dark energies and whispered to be untouchable by the light of righteousness. The air was thick with the scent of malevolence as Vikram and his companions breached the sanctum of the sorcerer. There, amidst the arcane symbols and flickering shadows, a battle of wits and wills unfolded. The sorcerer, wielding spells of control and destruction, was a formidable foe, yet King Vikram, empowered by righteousness and the strategic acumen bestowed upon him by the Vetala's cryptic narratives, turned the sorcerer's own magic against him. In the climactic moments of their confrontation, as magic and metal clashed, King Vikram found his opening. With a deft maneuver born of his encounters with the supernatural and his unbreakable spirit, he struck down the sorcerer. The dark spell that had begun to spread across the kingdom, threatening to envelop it in shadows, was broken. Light returned to the land, and the people, once unknowingly on the cusp of subjugation, were saved. King Vikram's triumph was celebrated throughout the kingdom, his wisdom and bravery hailed in songs and stories. But the king himself knew that the victory belonged not just to him, but to the lessons of courage, wit, and righteousness imparted by the Vetala. The malevolent sorcerer's end marked not just the preservation of a kingdom, but the affirmation of the values that made it worth saving. In this way, King Vikram's actions echoed through time, a testament to the power of wisdom over deceit and light over darkness. Though the physical appearance of the Vetala is revolting, with its grotesque form and vile demeanor, this exterior masks a deep well of knowledge and wisdom. The Vetala, despite its ghastly and often horrifying presence, is a creature bound by supernatural prowess that transcends mere physicality. Its ability to pose riddles and impart lessons from its unique perspective of dwelling between life and death grants it a sage-like status among spirits. This juxtaposition of the repulsive and the enlightened creates a complex character far removed from the simplicity of traditional villains or heroes. It embodies the notion that understanding and insight can come from the most unexpected and often unpalatable sources.